Today, we're talking about a brand new voice that's showing up in the world of financial education. And you know what? It's a voice that's trying to cut through all the noise and give us something that feels, well, genuinely different.
You know that feeling, right? You click on a video about investing, and 2 minutes in, you're just drowning in a sea of jargon. If you've ever felt like the whole world of money was designed to be confusing on purpose, you're definitely not alone. It's almost like a secret language they forgot to teach us.
And then there's something else you might have noticed. When you look at the financial advice space, especially in these new video formats, it's overwhelmingly male. It really makes you wonder, does the algorithm just assume only men care about asset allocation?
Well, that is the exact landscape that a new creator is stepping into. She's here to offer a totally fresh perspective on all things finance.
Her name is Alicia, and what's really important here is that she's not some outsider just giving her opinion. Nope, she's bringing a deep, insider's view on how money and wealth actually work at the very highest levels.
So, where does that perspective come from? Right here. 17 years. Think about that. That's almost 2 decades working as an accountant, deep inside the high-stakes world of investment banking. She's had a front-row seat to how the wealthiest people manage and grow their money.
And what I love is how honest she is about this. Alicia actually explains that she's using an AI format because even after all that time in boardrooms, she's still a little camera shy. It's this mix of incredible high-level expertise and just being a real person that totally sets the stage for her mission.
And that mission, it comes from a huge problem she saw over and over again in her career. A massive, glaring gap in our education system.
Just think about it for a second. In school, we all had to learn that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, right? But what about how interest rates work, or what actually goes into a credit score? There is this huge disconnect between what we're taught and what we actually need to survive, let alone thrive financially.
And her analogy for this is it's perfect. It so brilliantly illustrates the danger of that education gap. We basically let young people sign loan documents for tens of thousands of dollars. We put them behind the wheel of a high-performance financial vehicle with absolutely zero training. And the results, well, they can be a total disaster. So this is the really crucial point. For Alicia, this whole project isn't just about sharing a few money-saving tips. It's about this fundamental belief that understanding money shouldn't be a privilege reserved for the elite. It should be a basic right, just as fundamental as learning how to read. And that core belief, it completely shapes her approach. It leads to financial advice that really, truly stands out from the rest of the crowd.
You see, so many finance channels focus on one of two things. Either tiny little habits, like telling you to skip your daily latte, or they're pushing some risky, get-rich-quick trend. Alicia's approach is totally different. She wants to use her top-tier experience to teach the fundamentals that actually move the needle. Things like managing your biggest expenses and building an automatic wealth engine that just works for you in the background.
She's also taking aim at a very modern problem, one she calls the quietly broke phenomenon. And this is that trap where we're basically programmed to believe that buying stuff equals success, which leads so many people to prioritize looking rich over actually being financially stable.
And this gets to one of her biggest points. She's seen it firsthand. People earning $200,000 a year who are flat broke. And at the same time, people making $40,000 who are systematically building incredible wealth. It's not about the size of your paycheck. It's about the system you have in place for that money when it hits your account.
So what is she going to be teaching? Well, the pillars are all about shifting your entire mindset, moving from just being a saver, where your money just sits there, to becoming a capital owner, where your money is actually out there working for you. It's about understanding why keeping all your cash in a bank can be, in her words, financial suicide in slow motion, and even why driving a beater car might be one of the smartest financial moves you ever make.
So ultimately, she's not just making content. What she's really trying to do is provide a clear, easy-to-follow guide for anyone out there who feels kind of lost.
The whole goal is to help you shift from constantly playing financial defense, just trying to keep your head above water, to playing financial offense. That means taking proactive control, building a solid foundation that gives you the freedom to make choices based on what you want to do, not just what you can afford to do.
And this is the powerful idea that just ties everything together. It's such a great reminder that building wealth isn't about some vague, far-off future. No, it's built by the small, consistent, and smart decisions that we all have the power to make, starting today.
Alicia finishes her introduction with this question, and it's not just a clever sign-off. It's a real invitation.
It's a call to action to stop letting the system keep you feeling stuck and to start building a better financial future together. What a compelling start for a voice that I think a lot of people have been waiting for.